Fred's RV here in Reno. We have another Friday fun tip for you to go over the safety and the proper way of hooking up a fifth wheel hitch. I'm a full-time RVer. I pull fifth wheels. I've been doing this quite a bit. Now, first thing we do when I come in is I want to visually inspect the hitch to make sure everything looks right. All 4 pins are in your rail. Mine, actually, there's another pin that goes here to hold the head in. I want to make sure all those pins are in and so everything looks good and safe. Then I would pull my lock up and it locks in. And when I pulled this lever out, I pulled it forward. What that did is that allowed it to lock and stay open so the kingpin can come up and go all the way in. So now we've got it unlocked. I'll back the truck up. Alright, so you saw when we backed in, when it hit the front, this actually released it and went all the way back in. So this is, we know it's locked because that's in. I like to double check, make sure. So I'll always come back and make sure that there's a little clamshell that is actually around the back side of the pin. It's just a safety check. It's not required to be done, but I just do it. I like to feel more secure that everything is right on it. There is a safety pin that will go in. So now this lever, nobody can pull it open on you, and then it can't work itself out. So we have any issues down the road. Now I know it's all hooked up. I have my safety brake hooked up to the truck. My power cord's already hooked up. We're ready to go. Next move I do is I leave the legs down the way it is. I'll get in the truck and I'll just put it in drive with it running and just barely take my foot off the brake. And what all I'm doing is putting some pressure on this pin to make sure, again, double safety check, that I can't pull out from underneath it. We know we aren't going to be able to. So the next move now is actually lowering the fifth wheel. As you can see, it drops down. We're putting more weight onto the truck. This is a bigger truck, so it's not going to go down very far. The other thing on a safety note too is while we're moving around, there's quite a few things that we're doing, and our mind is pretty well occupied. Always remember on the slides on the fifth wheel, if they're out while you're doing it, watch your head. So now we're back on the jacks. Raise the jack up, make sure it's locked. This leg can go from here all the way up to here, would be it fully inclined all the way up inside so we can't hit anything, basically is what it's for. What I like to do, say just reversing everything that we've done so far, what I like to do is when I back in my spot, I got the trailer level, the fifth wheel's all level, we're ready to go. Put my jacks down, I'll run them down about 6 inches anyway. What that does is it gives me more adjustment, so I can drop the front of the trailer quite a bit. I can lift it back up. I've got a lot of adjustment there to level it out. Now this, we drop our leg just like it was when we first started. We're going to extend the legs back down. What we're going to do is take the pressure off of the pin. And whenever we're moving the truck in, moving it out and all this is something that we want to do very slow. You just take your time, take maybe an extra 30 seconds, but we don't want to be moving around too fast, forget something, or have somebody get hurt. Okay, so we're off. As you can see, this hitch is moving a little bit, so we know it's loose off of the main pin box. Release our lock again. We're going to release the lock. This unit is separate right now. It's not hooked to the truck, even though the truck's still backed under. But the truck could roll away, this could roll away. So obviously we want to make sure that's blocked before we do it, and the truck is actually it parked with the emergency brake on. Then you just pull out and you're ready for your camping weekend. Enjoy your fishing, camping, hiking. We'll talk to you next time.